Hey everyone, this is Mel from Crazy Desert Knitting. I am so glad to have you guys here with me today. If you guys are new viewers, thank you guys so much for coming and joining the Crazy Desert Knitting family. If you guys are a returning viewer, pausing this intro. If you guys, sorry, dog wanted to go outside. If you guys are a returning viewer, thank you guys so much for coming back and seeing me again. I'm so happy that you guys are here. And I hope you guys keep enjoying every episode as much as I kind of like bringing them to you. For everybody who's looking for me on Ravelry, go ahead and check out Newberg M87. That is my Ravelry name. If you guys want to find that, go ahead and look in the description box below. Everything that you guys are going to need for this episode, all show notes, all names of yarns, all that kind of stuff, will be in the description box, which is down there. Give it a good heave-ho. Look-see. Have fun. There you go. So before anybody asks, what am I wearing today? I am wearing Odell. This is the Odell pattern. I kind of forgot who made it, so I'm going to put the name on the screen here. Thumbs up. Okay, now that that's done. Just for everybody who does not know, I do like to keep my episodes a little bit on the shorter side. And that is because, you know, you don't want to hear me ramble for an hour and a half, number one. Number two, I don't think I, knit enough stuff at one time for me to ramble for an hour and a half. So there's that. So this episode I'm going to try to keep to about 25 minutes or so. So grab yourself some drink before we get started here. A couple of things that we're going to go over today are going to be finished objects, which I will warn you, there's only one. It was a big one, but there's only one. I'm also going to go over my current whip, which, as you guys know, I'm a monogamous knitter, so there's only one. And I'm also going to go over what's up next on my needles. I do have some stash enhancement, much to my dismay at times. And I also have a few of your viewer goals to go through as well from last episode that I asked for. So there you go. Also, sorry again for another new location. This actually turned out to have better light in it today. The room that I'm normally in, where the sun comes in, is so bright in that room right now that you can't see me and everything is distorted. Like, I look freaky pale and colors look washed out and it's just a mess. So I just moved locations. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you guys like this one better than any other one I've got. I don't know. So there we go. Okay, so before we get started, grab your knitting, grab yourselves a drink, come on back, and let's have some fun. The first thing we're going to go over today is completed objects. I do have one completed object, and it is my Queen Anne lace christening blanket. In reality, it's actually a shawl. That is the name of it, Queen Anne lace shawl. However, I knit it for a christening blanket. It was knit out of Heritage Silk by Cascade, which is, I forgot what's in it. Sorry. But it is the snow colorway, which was white. Just so everybody knows, it was white. And I'm going to insert a video because I was smart enough to take a video before I had to send it to my family member. I did take a small video and I'm going to insert that here. Hey everyone, so this here is the Queen Anne lace shawl that I have created. I'm gonna turn the camera sideways. And it is finally done. It has been blocked. It is gorgeous. So the center of it, I'm gonna actually go closer, starts circular and then it kind of works its way out. So right here, I actually wound up bringing it a little tighter than most people did when they did theirs in the center right there. I liked it nice and tight. And then I kind of just worked my way out. So my pattern is a little different than some of the other ones that you're going to see out there. I am missing the last 12 rows of chart 4 or 5, I think it is, before you guys get to the last 10 rows. So I'm missing rows 139 through 150. And the reason why I go over here to the end here, is that you'll see like half diamonds in here. You're gonna see them right about there. I was running out of yarn. I was playing yarn chicken. And by playing yarn chicken, I'm giving you guys a shadow, but this is the best one I can get for you. I'm playing yarn chicken here, and I was running out of yarn, and I kind of knew I was running out of yarn. And so I decided to not chance it and just pull it all out. Or not pull it out, just don't do those 12 rows and then just do the final ones. So, but there you go. So this is Queen Anne's lace. It is beautifully done. It is huge. A couple of comments from people were that they didn't think it was big enough. I'm missing 12 rows and I think it's giant. So definitely big enough for a kid. I made this out of Cascade Yarns Heritage Silk. It's 85% superwash merino wool and 15% silk. It is in the snow colorway. I am actually a little disappointed in the yarn. It wasn't, there were spots where it wasn't spun very well and things, but once you got past that, it was nice feel to it. It has a nice drape to it. If you are thinking about doing this particular pattern, the Queen Anne's lace, make sure you get 4 skeins, not 3 skeins. Because it is fingering weight and not lace weight, and the original pattern does call for lace, you do need 4 skeins, not 3, just to let you guys know, to get the entire pattern all the way through. So there you go. So this is Queen Anne's lace. Thank you guys for coming on this insane lace journey with me in such a short amount of time. All right, so that's all for the moment, and talk to you later. Okay, so thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that little look-see at what was actually finished and blocked. Okay, so moving on to my current whip. My current whip is actually the Forest Weave top by Yumiko Alexander. And if I mispronounced your name, I am so sorry. It's going to be up here on the screen. If you guys hear anything in the background, that's JD wanting to be let in from outside. But every time I let him in, he just rings the bell to go back outside again. He cannot decide today. So he's going to be staying outside for a few more minutes. Do not fear, everybody. I do live in Phoenix, Arizona. We are not in an Arctic freeze. I would never, ever do that to my dog. I love him way, way too much for that. So it's like 55 degrees outside right now, so he's okay. Trust me. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Forest Weave top. I do have the first half 100% completed. So this is you wind up making 2 of these, by the way. This is the first half of the top. And I will be honest with you, it looks even worse when you, like, these things are dropped stitches here. You guys can't see that. So those things are dropped stitches. And I will be honest with you, without them dropped, this thing looks really weird. You're just kind of like, this isn't going to look good. There's no way it's going to fit me. I know. It comes in 3 sizes. It comes in a small, medium, which is the first size. It's like small, medium is the first size. Like it goes for both. Then there's a large. Then there's an extra large and a double XL. And my bust size that she gives for the 3 sizes allows for 14 inches worth of positive ease. Now my bust size was between the large and the extra large, extra large. And I'm sitting here going, 14 inches worth of positive ease on me would not look very good. Huh. So I went ahead and I actually knit the smaller size because I was between the 2. I was between the 2nd size and the 3rd size. Bust-wise, circumference around your bust, you know, all that fun jazz when you're doing measurements, when you're trying to knit. And I came up with knitting the slightly smaller size. So I only wound up with I did the math, and I'll wind up with 4 inches, 5 inches of positive ease on both sides, like on one side between the two. So I think it's like 3 and 3, so that'd be 6 actually, but it's a little less than 3 and 3 how I did my math. But 6 inches looks a lot better on me than 14 inches. Like I can get away with loose fitting garments at 6 inches. I cannot get away with loose fitting garments at 14 inches. So I have held this up to myself. This is unblocked. If you guys don't know, this is an unblocked item at the moment. And it's looking really cool. Now it is knit sideways. So you do knit it from side to side, not up and down like you normally do. But it will stretch because you have all of these cables that you've dropped stitches in. And as they block and as things get worn, it stretches more and more and more. I've seen it completed. I have not seen it completed out of this yarn yet. Now, you guys might be asking, what yarn are you using? Well, because I haven't told you yet. So here we go. This yarn is Juniper Moon Farms Zoey DK in the grass. Hang on. I'm checking my notes. I wrote this down. I even have show notes for today. Aren't you guys so proud of me? I wrote this out. It's Casper colorway. Ha ha, it's Casper. Ha ha, not grass. It's Casper, the Casper colorway, which is pretty accurate. It might be a little grayer on camera than it actually is in person. It is a little bit of a blue gray. It's got a tinge of blue in it. It's not like a straight gray. Like my shirt is straight gray. It's a gray. This is a little more bluey gray and it's a smidge on the darker side, just so you guys know. So this is part 1. I'm partway through part 2 and it lives in my amazing large frog project bag that my mom made me for Christmas. My mommy's so nice. She's a good sewer. You know what? We're going to check that yarn because again, I keep it all in the same bag. It's actually, I was wrong both times. It is the Cell Gris colorway, guys. Cell Gris colorway, not grass and not Casper. My bad. It's Cell Gris. Whoopsies. But yeah, so Cell Gris, my bad. Ooh. I did the math, and for the large size, you need 4. I really thought I was going to be playing Yarn Chicken when it came to this. As it turns out, I will not be playing Yarn Chicken. I am on my last repeat. I've got 2 cables left, and the next row is cable, like my next cable. So, as I said, it looks really weird when you don't have those things pulled apart. But yeah, so this is my second half. Whee! But I have approximately 35, 36 rows left. 34 rows left, something like that. And then I'm actually going to soak it, block it to the exact same size, then sew it together, then try to pick up for the arms and the neck. It says to sew it together, then pick up, then block, then sew the underarm seam. Not happening. I'm sitting here going, I don't know how to block this. I don't know how to sew this thing together without blocking it first. Here we go. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I should have those 35 rows or 34 rows knit this evening / this afternoon. They're very repetitive until you get to the cable row. And the cable row is just a little tight. That's all it is. I mean, you have to, it's maneuvering, and you're maneuvering like 11 or 12 stitches at a time, or 10 to 12 stitches at a time, depending on what size you're making. So yeah, you can get a little tighter going one way than the other. So, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I did a swatch. I did do a swatch. Let me pull it out. And so this was my swatch. I really like the way it feels nice when you're knitting with it and even without being washed and blocked. But once you wash it, this stuff just gets so soft. It's like a dream. Like I wish you guys could feel this. Like it's so nice. So I gotta say, I very much enjoy the pattern so far. I'm liking it. I love the fact that it fits really well in my giant frog bag. Froggies. So there's that. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering now, since I just went through my whip, what is next on my needles? Since I'm a fairly monogamous knitter and you know I don't have anything else currently going. Well, next up on my needles is actually a pattern by Stephen West. And if anybody listened to or watched last episode, my podcast there, I had a goal to knit something by Stephen West. And I actually picked one. But at the same time, I was looking for an easier pattern because I've been doing some of these intricate, I went from knitting socks and Christmas gifts, that really giant lace shawl to, a pair of socks to a lace christening blanket to this cabled lace top. And I gotta be honest, I'm looking forward to something easy. Like, where's garter? Like, can we get some garter stitch going on in here? Like, I could use a garter stitch project at this point in time. I'm very tired right now. I could use something that's easy and flowable. So I was looking through my patterns and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do a Stephen West pattern. And so I did pick one. I'm going to read it off my sheet here. I believe it's Clockwork by Stephen West. And it's going to be gorgeous. Now, this is going to go into a little bit of my stash enhancement, but I did pick 2 colors to do this with. And these are showing up perfectly on camera. So I picked these 2 colorways. You do need 2 colors, color A and color B, and it turns out I think I got my 2 colors backwards, but that's okay. So this is going to be color A, and you need like 450, 465 yards, something like that, this one. And color B, you need about 275 yards, and this one is 272 yards. I'm probably going to be playing yarn chicken, but it's okay, because if I need more, I can go back to my local yarn store, which this is Carried, and get more. So what you guys can't see in this purple is that there is actually like a bluey like vein in it. Like, so there's a blue purple vein, like you can kind of see it. It's like up here a little bit. You guys can hear JD howling at the dogs next door. I apologize. So there is a bluey vein in here that this matches perfectly. So I do owe my friend something knitted, because that was the deal I made in order to keep Packy the alpaca that I showed you guys last time, who is actually, you guys can't see her, but Packy is sitting over here. You guys really, you can't see her, but Packy does sit with me now because I think it's stinking adorable. And yeah, so I did say I would knit her something in return because she only crochets. So we'll see. Maybe I can get another animal out of her. Who knows? But so this is what I'm going to knit my Stephen West project out of. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's what's next on my needles. So for my stash enhancement, I'm actually going to go through these 2 first. This yarn this blue is Nuble by, I'm always going to mess up this yarn company's name, and I apologize. It's Nuble by Araucania yarns. And it's beautiful. So this is the color. You guys can see that. And the colorway is Lupine. Now, this colorway is made up of 75% wool, 25% silk. And there is 272 yards in this color. And it kind of got a little bit of a lighter, not quite as light as what you guys are seeing, and then the darker, a little darker in person than what you guys, maybe not. But it does have a little bit of a gradient in it almost, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is colorway Lupine. It's Nuble. I'm gonna call it Nuble. If I mispronounce anything ever, just know I apologize, and if somebody wants to tell me actually how to pronounce it, that'd be great. The next one is by the same yarn company. I do apologize. JD's having fun barking at the next door neighbor's dog. I think he wants to play because they do have play dates, and he must be outside right now. So we'll see. So ignore him in the background. So this is also Nuble paint. And this is in Colorway Montana Nights, which I just love that name, by the way. Montana Nights. It is also 75% wool, 25% silk. There is 545 yards. I was almost going to say 554 yards, but 545 yards, according to the tag, in here. That is a lot of fingering weight yarn. They do say that these are actually 2 different sizes. I don't think they're 2 different sizes. They don't feel 2 different sizes. They don't look 2 different sizes. When I wrapped them around my needle, I got the same number of wraps per inch, which is 14. So I don't know what they were talking about, but not sure what just came off of that either. So these are 2 of my new yarns for my stash enhancement. I'm really excited about those. Another new one, which a friend of mine was actually getting rid of. And so I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this would be good for babies. Mine. And then I learned that it's from a yarn maker. So the name of the yarn is, the colorway of the yarn is Sweet Lime. Yeah, Sweet Lime, I think is the colorway. And there's definitely some like greens in here. Turning out a little bit more blown out on camera than what it actually is in real life. There's a little more green in there. Yeah, there's a little more green in there. You can see it now a little better. And it's by a dyer called Yarn Pirate. I don't know who Yarn Pirate is. By the way, I love your name. Like anything that has Yarn Pirate in it, I'm kind of game. Just saying. So I actually was drawn to it not just for the fact that it is a neutral baby color, even though there is kind of some pink in here. It's not enough to make you go, oh, it's pink. Can't give it to a boy. There's enough green in here that you can say, ooh, yay, green. I can give it to a boy, or I can give it to a girl. But I like the yellow base to it. That's kind of what I liked. It was a little bit out of my color comfort zone, which was really nice. So Alaska, thank you. I know, she knows who he is. She watches. So Yarn Pirate was the name of the dyer, and I'm sitting here going, I love it. So in here is, I'm just going to read it off a piece of paper, is 460 yards of bamboo merino nylon. I'm not sure if parents would like me. Sorry. It says for best results, hand wash, air dry. I think any new parent would despise me if I made them do that. So I don't know if these are actually going to be baby clothes like I originally thought. But at the same time, I'm kind of looking at it going, this might get me out of my color comfort zone. I don't know. Another one of those goals I had this year, right? All right. Besides the point. So I also purchased last night, we had a pajama party at our local yarn store, which is Isabel's Parlor in Wickenburg, Arizona. You guys are ever out in Arizona and you guys are looking for a really awesome yarn shop, go ahead and check out Isabel's. She has a tendency, she stocks a lot of silk because that's like her favorite thing to knit with. But she does have a lot of things you guys can choose from, and it's a really great place just to hole up for, a couple hours and just sit and knit and relax, and see some really great patterns made up. But she had this really great thing from Knitter's Pride, and it was a gauge, I don't know what you guys call this, needle gauge and swatch gauge. So the center is for swatches. The top and bottom are for your needles. Yeah, because let's see. So this one's 11, 13, 15, and 17 inch needles, or size 17 needles. And by the way, on here is both you can also get your crochet hooks, by the way, on here. Just letting you know. the US sizes, millimeter sizes, and the crochet hook you need. Isn't that cool? And over here you can cut yarn with it and supposedly thread a needle with it, though I cannot understand how that would work. But I would actually just use it to cut thread. But I really liked it because it was in the shape of an elephant. Okay, if you guys can't tell, I love anything animal related. Give me flowers, I'm just kind of like, eh. Give me like weird patterns, I'm just like, okay, cool. Give me an animal, I'm like, oh, so cute. This one to the, oh, so cute. I do not actually have like a needle gauge checker yet. So I was like, you know what? It's in the shape of a cool looking elephant and it's purple and I like it. So it came home with me. So there's that. My good friend Alaska, who watches this, so thank you again, Alaska. She gave us a gift. I did not want to actually unwrap this. But she brought back from the Far North Yarn Company in Anchorage, Alaska, where she goes for work. She actually shops there at the yarn store a lot. She brought me back this really awesome, amazing collection of mini skeins, like mini things. Sorry, I don't like want to take this out of the package because I can't get it back in. I already tried that once and I struggled with it. And it's got some really rich, deep tones in here. And it came as part of the Island Yarn All the Stripes kit. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to call this a kit. And this kit is Ella Ray Rustic Lace. So I think it's Island Yarn All the Stripes, and I think it's by Ella Ray. But don't quote me on that because I haven't really opened the package a whole heck of a lot. But I don't know if I'm actually going to make the actual scarf with it. But I just love the mini skeins. They've got these like really cool colors in them and all of that kind of stuff. So they're really awesome and I really loved it. So thank you so much. And I'm so glad to see you back at Knitting Group when you're here. My last thing for today, my last stash enhancement for today is a good friend of mine as a thank you for driving her out for the pajama party. She's actually a really great beater and she works pretty well with really like some really gorgeous pottery and stuff. She created for me a set of stitch markers. And this is, I'm actually gonna hold it like, nope, that's a horrible way to do it. My fingers are too big for this. Is one of the stitch markers that she created for me. All right, I'm gonna drop it if I don't do this. And they're black with pearls in the bottom and they're really awesome. Well, she meant to create, I loved pandas. And I was like, oh yay, she can make me a panda. I was thinking she was gonna do a couple of circles for like arms and legs and heads and a body and put it all together. She actually sculpted it into a panda. And she, like, after she got done, like, see my cute little panda. See if I can get him to turn over. So this came from Debbie, who is a friend of mine, as a thank you gift. But for me, it's more of a thank you to her because she made me a panda. And it is the cutest panda in the whole wide world. Yeah, so she gave him a face and eyes and like she put like little beads in his eyes and everything. And so he was really cute. But she said she would only ever make one of them. So that's why she made me the regular stitch markers for the others. I will tell you, this is actually quite large. Like you guys don't realize this panda is giant. I may actually wind up putting Panda here on a, like a placeholder or on a progress keeper, like a little clip I have, because he is so big. I'm not sure he would work very well as part of, unless I put him on a very, like, a worsted or bulky weight hat, maybe, would be the only other way I would do this. But yeah, so stinking cute, so stinking adorable. I absolutely love them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you guys will be seeing these on my next project, just because they're adorable and it's a panda. I'm done with my panda. I promise. Okay, so that's everything for stash enhancement. Let's go on to some viewer goals. And I did receive 2 sets of viewer goals. The really funny thing is, they were almost the exact same goals from 2 different viewers. It was really crazy. I was shocked. So both of these viewers want to work a little bit more on their color work. One viewer was a little more specific than the other viewer was. So both would like to work on color work, and I like applaud that goal because I do like some color work every now and then. It kind of breaks up the monotony of things every once in a while. I don't see a problem with color work. I actually very much enjoy color work. But the one that was more specific had 2 very specific hats that she had already purchased the yarn to create. So I'm going to tell you the names of those hats. I have not seen these hats. I am going to look them up. And once you finish them, I would love to see pictures of them because I really want to see these really cool hats. So one hat is called the Native Spring Beanie. And if I ruin the last name of this one, I'm sorry. The Bosta, B-O-U-S-T-A, Bosta, I think is how you pronounce it. Beanie is the other one. And the one who actually, I don't like to say your name on camera unless you guys are okay with it. So I'm very careful about that. But the one who actually did have the 2 hats, specific names, she would also like to knit some mittens. And I applaud you for wanting to knit mittens. Let me know how that goes. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Who knows? So, what do you know? All right, so that's everything that I have for today. As I said, I would like to keep this to about 25 minutes. I think I failed. I think I'm closer to 30, but that's okay. I was still shorter than most. So hopefully next time you guys will get to see the completed forest weave top and hopefully a completed Stephen West pattern clockwork. After that, I have no idea what I'm going to be knitting. I hope to not have any more stash enhancement. We'll see. But I really hope you guys enjoyed your time here with me today. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me and visiting with me. And I really hope to actually hear from you. So look me up. If you guys, again, are looking for any names of yarns or patterns or designers or anything like that, go ahead and check out the description box below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys would like to watch more of them every time I come out with an episode, which is about once a month, just for everybody's knowledge. So there's like 12 a year. It's a goal of mine again, guys. We're still on this goal kick. I don't know why. Go ahead and subscribe. You know, just hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it as well. So thank you guys so much for visiting with me. Until next time, just keep knitting, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.